Hi Victor, what are the advantages gained by utilizing RPA with AI and NLP?
So when you're a fully baked system it's basically like a full pipeline at this point, using RPA to feed your AI and NLP, obviously you get a big boost increase in efficiency and productivity. As we talked about, like RPA usually helps automate away a lot of like those annoying repetitive manual tasks that we have to do, like whether it's data entry or data wrangling or changing things around or whatever, combining some data sets or something. It does all of that stuff for us, and it does it sort of like without us thinking about it. So it eats away at the time that we would spend doing busy work, in a sense, and it allows the system to actually get us back information to help us make decisions rather than to just do that busy work. Not just because of that, but generally it improves in data quality, just generally and broadly. Like if you're making something automated, you're enforcing a standard every time you do it. There is no interpretation by a human in the loop. So it's not like, oh, well, I can skip that step because whatever reason I have. It really is. The computer's like, I have to hit that step, I have to hit that step. It's always doing the step that it's supposed to. So everything is always executed, and it's executed in the right sequence that it needs to be executed. Another thing that it does because of this is it reduces errors. Because there aren't tasks being done by humans, as long as you haven't created a faulty or erroneous RPA or automation, you're going to get consistent results coming out every time that feed your AI and NLP, and leads to obviously much better results in the end for, whether it's your clients or customers, whatever it is, or even your own internal teams. If you are talking about end customers, end users, the customer satisfaction generally goes up because it leads to much faster customer service. And very often it's like predictive customer service and even preventative customer service, where you know that an issue is happening before anybody else does, and you're able to take care of that issue before anybody even notices. Imagine like a telecom who's about to have an outage, and they see that some of the nodes, some of their radios all over, their antennas all over the city, some of them are flagging something's going off or whatever. They can reroute traffic, move things around, do whatever they need to do to kind of down those nodes in their whole network, and not have the whole population be hurt by that little outage and then have that propagate all the way across. Whereas had they not known, because they weren't doing this sort of monitoring and automation and then AI, they'd be at a place where 3-4 hours later, people start calling in and they're freaking out that my cell service isn't working anymore. And then you're on the news and things happen, right? And like the last one is really the kind of like opposite but mirrored side of this is employee satisfaction. You can imagine that if you have, a large contingent of employees that are smart, which we would hope you hired smartly, what this does is it gets rid of a lot of the repetitive and sort of boring work that a lot of people do. So like that busy work where it seems like, why are we doing this? I went to school for so long and I did so much, training, and now what I'm doing is data entry. That's so not the skill set that I needed to prove. What it also helps introduce more technology to them. So the more technology apt people are, the better trained they become. And because you're removing some of that busy work, you can actually challenge your staff to grow. So it gives you the ability to keep the super special staff growing as fast as possible and doing higher level work than they had been doing before.